You Talk family, what go on, what go on? It's your boy D with another live show of You Talk. And y'all should know by now how we start off every show. It ain't no me without you, baby. Kane fan, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Friday to all the Kane Nation, all the U Nation. What's going on? Let's start off by our regular shout-outs and acknowledgements. Let's shout out to that girl, Tanya and Teddy, over at Catan's Fashion. Keeping everybody looking good. A1 product they putting out. Shout out to Tanya and Teddy. Shout out to Matt Holler over at Plum Life. Shout out to Adrian Braswell for them photos he be doing of your boy. I appreciate it, big dog. Thank you. Also, shout out to that music you hear in the background. That's Young and the Boy. Young and the Boy. That's that Pyrex Dreams that you hear in the background. Shout out to my North Georgia Canes group in Canton, Georgia. Shout out to my North Georgia Canes group in Kennesaw, Georgia. Also in Cumming, Georgia as well. What's going on, everybody? Well, Cane fans, I want to start off tonight and ask you a question as far as what's going on with your offensive coordinator. Our offensive coordinator. Shout out to Hurricane Zoe. I'm a big fan, big dog. What's up, Hurricane Zoe? But what's going on with our offensive coordinator? Shout out to Benny Barrett. I'm hearing that our offensive coordinator, shout out to Kim Bo-Lee. Shout out to that girl, Kim Bo-Lee. But I'm hearing things that our offensive coordinator is missing in action. What's going on? I mean, they're saying that he's blocking guys off of Twitter, reporters. I mean, I'm not understanding. Like, what's going on, Dan Enos? I mean, I can recall back in the spring, Dan Enos stayed in front of the camera. Dan Enos wanted to, to take the interview. He wanted to let us know everything, what was going on with our quarterbacks, about they weren't performing at the level that we needed to be at. They still had a long ways to go. He was the one after every game reminding us of all of the missed stuff the quarterbacks were taking after the game. First man up in every press conference wanting to speak. Now all of a sudden, he wants to block reporters off of his Twitter. I mean, what's going on, Dan Enos? I mean, what's the problem? I mean, I'm saying, like, you got to take the good and the bad. You know, see, this is what I'm saying as far as when I'm talking about talent, and this is what I mean when I'm talking about, like, coaches, like, coming from these already built up programs or coming from these smaller programs, and then they come to the Power 5, or they have to leave Papa Bear and come over to a school where they have to actually coach up talent and show their skills. That it's a little different. It's a little different coming from when you was over there with Nick Saban, when Nick Saban could protect you, when you was the quarterbacks coach over there / offensive coordinator, when you guys had talent from the top to the bottom. It's a little different now, huh? You got to come over here and you got to actually coach it up. It's a little different when you had guys that you had 4 and 5 guys when somebody go down that you guys didn't miss a step. So all of a sudden now, we can't get Dan Enos to do an interview. I mean, that's amazing. I kind of find that hard to believe, man. Like, I mean, like, really. Like, we got questions for you. We want to know, like, what happened to this high octane offense that we were all hearing about? What happened? I mean, we got a lot of questions to to ask you, man, and all of a sudden now you wanna start blocking reporters off of Twitter? What's going on? So, I mean, I'm reading this in Bleacher Report, and I'm like, wow, this was the coach that was running to the podium after every game to want to explain what was going on. So, because the season didn't turn out like we wanted it to, now all of a sudden you want to start skipping out on press conferences, and you don't want to answer the tough questions. What's going on? So I asked if we get lucky enough. I mean, we know that we stuck with Manny Clown ass for another season. So if we just happen to get lucky and Dan Enos wants to skip town and they don't bring him back, I asked, who would you guys want to see as your offensive coordinator? I mean, I've heard a couple of names thrown around out there. The first name I heard was Kendall Browse. Absolutely not. I mean, and if you guys don't know, Kendall Browse is the offensive coordinator for the Florida State Seminoles, which I don't know if he's going to still be the offensive coordinator for Florida State now that they've hired a coach. But, I mean, Florida State was just as terrible as we were on offense. So I definitely wouldn't want Kendall Browse. I mean, the coach that, I had been talking about for a little while now was David Yost. And that was the coach from Texas Tech. Texas Tech, they don't play any defense, I know, out there in the in the Big 12. And but still they score points. And I just think that a spread offense would suit us better. And he's very creative with his packages. And I would love for us to get somebody in that could probably utilize all of this speed that we have. So David Yost, if I had my pick, if I couldn't get Bush Davis, that's if I couldn't get Bush Davis, I would want David Yost. Another name that they were throwing around was Graham Harrell, USC offensive coordinator. The next one was kind of interesting to hear Gus Malzahn. I think that I always did like Gus Malzahn. I think that I don't know, man. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'm just saying. I mean, there's Dan Enos is not fired from what I've heard. I'm just hearing that they're saying that nobody can't find him, and they don't know if he's gonna be coming back or not, or will we bring him back. So I'm crossing my fingers that we don't. That's just my opinion. But like I said, who would you want your offensive coordinator to be? I mean, that would be my question to Kane Nation. Oh yeah, let me give a big congratulations to Gregory Rizzo for making first team All ACC. Him and Shike Quarterman. I think Pinckney was second team ACC. And congratulations to all of the seniors. I seen pictures with a lot of the senior graduate, man, getting their degrees at graduation, man. So big ups to you guys, and wish you all the best at whatever it is that you continue to do going forward. I know some of you guys will be going pro, and good luck on your careers going to the draft and getting prepared for the draft to go to the next level. So congratulations. I know a lot of you guys are skipping out on the bowl game, which I can't blame the players, man. I wouldn't risk the injury, man, getting ready to go and get that contract, man. So just train hard, man, and you guys get ready. But yeah, congratulations to those guys. And like I said, and we have also, man, two guys who are declaring to go to the NFL. Two underclassmen. Do I think they're ready? I don't, and that's Jonathan Garvin and Jeff Thomas, but I can't blame them. I mean, it's a disaster at Miami right now, and you really can't blame the guys for wanting to go ahead and try to and try to get that contract and go ahead and make that money. I can't be mad at him. You know, I wish Jeff Thomas would come back one more year, but I kind of figured he would too. I called Jonathan Garvin last week, but I knew he was going to leave. I mean, you could just tell by his body language, man, that it just wasn't. He wasn't playing with the same intensity that he was the last 2 years. So, I mean, I can't blame him, man. I just wouldn't risk getting hurt. I would just go ahead and declare to go pro. I would. I don't blame him. I can't blame the guys for this. So, you know, like I said, good luck going forward, and we wish you all the best. So again, bowl game, December 26th. We're playing in the Independence Bowl. I'm still disappointed about this. But like I said before, Cane fans will have the opportunity to look at some of our younger players. Trayvon Hill is going to be a senior. He's a senior. I think they say that he's skipping out on the bowl game as well. So, Tremaine Daniels, what it do? Tremaine Daniels, what it do? I see you, boy. Appreciate the love, Tremaine Daniels. What's going on, Skeet? But, like I said, Trayvon Hill, Trayvon Hill is skipping out on the bowl game, as well as Jonathan Garvin. So we'll definitely be able to see the younger defensive ends. Like, we'll still get to see Jafari Harvey. He didn't get to play in a lot of games this year. I know they redshirted him, so I think they said that, you know, we'll get to see him. We'll get to see, again, Gregory Rizzo. We'll get to see a lot of our younger guys. I want to see Christian Williams and Takori Couch. I want to see more of them guys. I don't think we got an opportunity to see them enough. They played a lot on special teams, but, you know, they're going to be battling for positions in the secondary for next year. So I want to see how those young guys are going to pan out. I want to see a lot of the other younger guys on the defensive line as well. Shout out to Jamal Davis. Shout out to Tim Jordan. Shout out to Cyrus Sumter. Shout out to Ty Randall Pamal. Shout out to Deion Washington, Jose Martinez. Shout out to Chris Otis. Shout out to LD down there in Mo Haven, Florida. Shout out to Marcos Beltran. Shout out to Eddie Lloyd. Shout out to George Lloyd. Shout out to Darryl Love, Danielle Carroll. Shout out to Larry Griffin. Shout out to Troy Woodard. Shout out to Toya Cook. Shout out to my girls over there at UPS working hard. Bernice Tutt and Miss Clark. Miss Clark, keep her in line over there at UPS. Shout out to Diana. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to that boy Eric Tate, Cedric Tate. Shout out to Chad Lewis, Rayshawn Evans, Demetrius Gray, Chris Flanagan. Shout out to Brian Starnes. Shout out to the whole Utah family. What's going on? But like I say, want to see the younger guys. Definitely want to see the younger guys. We have got to start getting the younger guys ready for the spring. I seen another decommit this week, Antonio Smith, which I kind of knew that was going to happen. I wasn't really mad about that decommit. Like I said last year, he was an offensive lineman, but he was undersized. He was like 6'3", 265 pounds, I think. 65 pounds, something like that. But I heard it was a mutual agreement between both sides. Like I said, man, that's one area that we have to continue to recruit in is offensive linemen, because that leaves us down in that class with 2 offensive linemen. I know Jalen Rivers is one, and I forgot the other gentleman, young man names that's coming down next year as well. So definitely more room. And I think the early signing period starts on December the 18th. So we're going to see if we're going to get any more commits in the early signing period. We also had another decommit, I think, I don't think that he was coming in this class. It was the 2021 class. Thad Franklin one of the top running backs in Florida. I think he decommitted. Like I said, that the backfield is going to be loaded, man. The running backs are going to be loaded, and I want to get all of the talent that we can get. I just want to see the guys compete. That's just me. So, like I said, continue to recruit, but we got to recruit position by need. Just don't go and recruit just to recruit. And I think that that's what we was doing. We was passing out a lot of scholarships to guys that didn't really deserve to get a scholarship. Recruit by need. You know, offensive linemen. We need plenty of offensive linemen. Keep recruiting offensive linemen. That's what we need. But like I said, I want to know what's going on with you guys. I keep saying you guys because I'm you guys' offensive coordinator, our offensive coordinator. Linda English, what's going on? I see you. Mama, what's going on? Happy holidays to you as well. Happy holidays to all of the Utah family. Everybody. Hurricane Nation, what's going on? Shout out to my North Georgia Canes chapter in Canton, Georgia. Shout out to Kevin Wesker. Shout out to Joseph Virgo. Shout out to Henry Cowsey. Shout out to Laverde Road. Kiki Diaz Vault. Shout out to Nick McClure, Renee Alvarez. Shout out to Cedric Catman Smith. Shout out to Cal Gray, Richard Watts, and Alex J. Flores. Shout out to my North Georgia Cane group in Canton, Georgia. But like I said, what's going on with your offensive coordinator? What's going on with him? I mean, it's crazy. Like, our offensive coordinator don't want to take any questions. He don't want to be held accountable. Like he was holding all of the guys accountable this year after every game and every press conference. We got questions. We want to know what happened to this high-power offense that we were supposed to see this year that we didn't. And like a lot of people were saying in the article, it looked like the same offense that we've had the last 2 years, if not worse, when Mark Richt was here. I mean, I actually thought Mark Richt, his offense was better than Dan Enos. I think the offense regressed versus getting better. So, you know, it's just amazing now that, like I said, when the pressure is on, you can't be anywhere to be found, or you don't want to answer any questions now. That's amazing. But like I said, you know, at some point in time, we're gonna have to make changes. I don't know if he's gonna do it on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball. And like I told everybody, we're gonna continue to demand more out of our coaches and out of our players. I mean, they're saying that this class coming in is supposed to be exceptional. These are supposed to be Miami guys. So we're going to see. We're going to actually see. And I hope they are. Because I cannot sit back and go through another 6-6 season. I just can't, y'all. I can't. I can't lose to a FIU. I can't lose to a under 500 team, Georgia Tech. I can't lose to a Duke anymore. I can't subject myself to that type of depression like I went through this year with what I was watching. So, you know, I think Jamal Davis had a good point I think he called in on Monday. And Jamal Davis said that even if Manny came back next year and he won 9 games, like, everybody would be saying that, yeah, see that we just had to give him time. But again, 9 games is what we should have had this year. And I still think that, like he said, I still don't think Manny is the guy. But like I said, well, we got our first phone call of the night. Let's go to the phones. Let's see what we got here. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
Jamal Davis, Avonport, Florida.
Jamal Davis, Avonport, Florida. Make my show better. Talk to us, Jamal Davis. Go for it.
What's up, man? Well, I think in the bowl game, I think he should play the seniors probably a quarter. Then I think he should put in the juniors, the sophomores, and the freshmen. And see who want to play for next year, because I don't think y'all going to get rid of the coaches. I think y'all going to give them a couple more seasons and then evaluate from there. But if it was me, I'm 86 right now. But that's what I do. I play the seniors for a quarter, and I play all the underclassmen and try to see what I'm going into next year with. Who's going to fight and who's going to play with pride, sense of Miami pride. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I totally agree. You know, I've been saying that, man, since we lost to FIU. It was just like, start getting the younger guys ready. I mean, there's nothing like getting real live reps. And like I said, you can't trust that in practice, because I swear it seems like we don't even practice. The continued mistakes with the tackling issues, with the blown assignment. So I want to see the guys playing in a meaningful game before they go in the spring next year and plan into the spring game. So I say try to get all of these guys in, but right now, and let these guys play. I totally agree with you.
You know what I was thinking the past couple of days, like the alumni, the past players. Do you think they're mad because of the hire? Do you think like they're mad and feel like the guy did not deserve to be there as the head coach?
Well, you got a lot of rumblings. You had a guy like Clinton Portis that said, he made a comment saying that, why can't any former players get an opportunity? And I mean, I totally agree, man. Like,
I look at it like it's a slap in the face. I mean, because I'm like, this guy, he was your defensive coordinator the previous year. And the defense didn't do bad, but I'm like, you really didn't play. The tough teams you played, it showed that the defense wasn't that great last year when you could play tough teams. And turnovers helped out, but when you played the tough teams last year, it really showed to me that the defense wasn't all that. And I think Miami is missing that grit they had about themselves. Like, man, teams used to be scared to play Miami.
Oh yeah.
It was some hitting going on that other side of the ball. I know the game is changing.
Well, the game has changed.
Yeah, the game's changing for us, like hit wise, but man, Miami, man, they played with intimidation and with a chip on their shoulder. That's not in Miami football no more.
Well, you haven't seen that, man. You haven't seen that. We seen it. We seen it last year whenever we played against Notre Dame, and when we played against Virginia Tech. But you haven't seen that in Miami football in the last 10 years or so. And, that's what the players are talking about as far as the culture. Letting the players come back, man, and let the players put their hands on the program and the players. And that's another reason why we can't get a lot of recruiting down there in that area, because of the coaching staff. Like, you know, hire some coaches, man, that has come up through the program, or some of the coaches that's surrounded those local high school coaches that know these guys, that can get the guys to come in and want to come to the program. You know.
Yeah.
You know, you're hiring coaches who guys aren't familiar with, that's doing the recruiting, man. You know, pick up some coaches down there, man, that's around at those schools, man. I mean, it's big time programs. Like, all of those guys are playing for state championships right now. I was reading, man. All of those schools.
Going other places.
Leaving the state. Like, I mean, you got to be able to keep some of that local talent down there, man. Like, that's what previous Miami teams were based on, man. Talent right there out of Miami.
And now it's kind of harder in Florida because of the universities you have now. Because, I mean, back in the day, you only had like 3 major universities. You had the Florida State, and Miami. But now you got teams like FIU, Central Florida, South Florida. I mean, all these schools done came up and they Division I now, and Division I where they could play. And you're not getting the recruits from Orlando area. You're not getting the recruits from Tampa area like you used to back in the past.
Oh, I totally agree.
They got to be more appealing now.
Well, what makes it appealing too is you forgetting the key thing: winning. Winning. Yeah. Kids want to win. Kids want to win. I mean, and the thing is, you're losing games that you shouldn't be losing. You're losing the teams that it's like, like, who wants to come there? Not only are you not winning, but you're not even beating the teams that you're supposed to beat.
Well, Mr. Lloyd, they want to win, and they want the opportunity to play as soon as they get there. So, I mean, they see these coaches that they give you the opportunity to play, and they are like, well, I'm going up because he's gonna give me the opportunity to play. He ain't gonna start no senior if I'm better than him.
Right.
And I mean, kids look at that.
Right.
I know if I was coming out, that's what I look at. If
I'm
better than this guy, I should play.
Yeah, most definitely, and there's a lot of that going down in Miami. Especially with this coaching staff. I don't know if it's the whole staff or this coach, should I say. Like I said, and I keep saying the same thing with this CPT, this charity playing time. Put the best player out on the field. This ain't little league football anymore. Play the best players. I mean, and you know, they're talking about Scott Patchett. They're talking about he may petition to get a 6-year because he has been hurt his whole career. Man, okay, if you do, you know, still, that don't guarantee you no starting spot. Make him compete. I mean, we saw what happened with Gregory Rizzo this year. He was starting before Gregory Rizzo when he should have been starting the whole year. And they didn't bring Rizzo in to like maybe the 4th or the 5th game to put him in as a starter. You know, it's ridiculous, man. Like, play the best player, man. All of this seniority stuff, and just because guys work hard or they Miami guys, if they ain't the best talent, they shouldn't be playing. Point blank, period.
I mean, they shouldn't be playing over the best talent.
Oh, definitely.
Not starting over.
No, not starting. Exactly.
And I agree with a couple of segments ago, you had Eddie Lloyd saying about going to recruit offensive linemen. You got to recruit offensive linemen. It's not just about the skill position. You got to get some people in there that can block, and some people in there that can move people around.
Oh, most definitely, and again, man, you know, it goes back to coaching as well as far as scheme, man. Like, you know, if that's what you recruited, you better make sure that you got a scheme that can adapt to whatever you need to, and that's something that Dan Enos couldn't do. He couldn't adapt to the players that he had. He didn't have a scheme to when they put 7 and 8 people in the box, man. He didn't have a scheme to spread them out, to try to slow the defense down. He was lost. He was lost when it came to that. So, you know, definitely, man, if you're going to try to line up and you want to be a power running football team, definitely, man, you have to, you got to recruit offensive linemen. And that's something that we haven't been able to do the last 7 years.
Running game hurt everything this year on offense. I mean, no one respected your play action because one game was weak.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. So, Jamal Davis, man, I appreciate the phone call. Like always, man, good take. Continue to support the show, my brother, man. And thanks for always calling in with a good point.
All right, man. You take care.
All right, you too. That was Jamal Davis. With his take, man. Always a good take. When you come into the building, please hit that subscribe button, like, and comment for your boy. I'd really appreciate it. If you ever want to donate to the show, you see we got the Cash App up there. We got the PayPal. If you want to reach out to me, man, you can hit me up on my Twitter account at Raider Kane for life. Raider Kane for life. That is my Instagram. But definitely, man, Jamal Davis had a good take. Shout out again to my engine, KJ Production. King Judge in the building. But great take, man. Like he said, man, we got to start. We got to recruit offensive linemen, man. We have to. You know, we got to get away from these skill positions and we got to start in the trenches. We got to go back to Miami football. We got to go back to the greats. We got to go back on both sides of the football, man. And we got to build from the lines on both sides of the ball, the defensive line and the offensive line. That's where it starts at. And we got to get back to playing Miami football. You know, I mean, the running game used to be our strong point. You know, there's no way that we should be struggling to run the ball with all of that talent we got in the backfield, man. We got to recruit offensive linemen. And like I said, in this class cycle right here, we got 20 guys in this 2020 recruiting class. I think that we're 14th ranked nationally right now in recruiting with our class. And we only got 2 offensive linemen commits right now. You know, and like I said, the early scouting period starts on December the 18th. We have got to target more offensive linemen. That's what we should be going after. But like I said, man, the bowl game. Jamal made another good point. Young talent. Play the younger guys. Get the younger guys that live experience. Live game action. Doesn't get any better than that. Like I said, we don't know what's been going on in practice. You know, it ain't been showing out on the football field with discipline and jumping off sides. We got another caller. Let's get to our second caller. Let's see. It's Utah, baby. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
It's Benny Bear, man.
Benny Bear, what's going on, man? ATL, Georgia. Benny Bear, make my show better. Make my show better. Talk to me.
Yeah, you're doing a wonderful job for real off the dresser, man. Just to say that first of all, man. Appreciate you, man. What you're doing for us Kane fans, man, and how you're bringing it out. You're keeping it real, man. And you're very consistent with what you're doing, man. Definitely appreciate you, bro.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate every time you call in. I appreciate you supporting the show. You always got a good take, man. Go for it. Talk to me, Benny Bear.
Man, I tell you, man. Hey, I don't know what Enos said, man. He using the words MIA for real, but this was standing for missing in action. He'll stand for Miami. You know what I mean? I mean, goodness gracious, man. I don't listen, man. Listen, you can't stand the heat. I guess you got to get up out the kitchen, man. But if we don't eliminate and start from and it's like building a house, man. You know, it's like the house this year was built on sand. And we need some concrete, man. We need a great, strong foundation. In order to do that, you got to destroy the whole house and rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if we don't do that, we fight a losing battle. You know, we may get a couple of good sunny days, but rain and thunderstorms gonna come after a while. We're gonna be right back in it again.
And you know, that's my thing, man, because it's like, man, you know, when you're a Kane fan and you want to see them do good, man, you praying that you want to see the team, you want to see the program do good, but it's just like you say, I think we've seen the coaching staff top out. I think what they gave us is what they are. You know what I'm saying? I can't see them going no higher than what they are. I just think that's who they are. What we've seen. I think they are a 6-6 football coaching staff at best. I don't think that they can take the program no farther than what we did this year. And that's my thing. Getting this talent for what? Will we be able to go to the next level with what we got coming in? I mean, we had the 27th ranked recruiting class last year. This year we got the 14th ranked class. So it's a better class this year. Supposedly better talent, supposedly. What are they going to be able to do with it, Benny Bear? What you think?
You ain't gonna be able to do nothing with it if you do not. It's a lesson in insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. You know, we get some new players in there, but we got these same old coaches. We expecting something new, but we expecting something different. But we don't get the same results if we don't do process of elimination, man. And we already seen what it is. You know, we're losing. We have a couple of decommitments. Okay, we understand that. You know, but we got to know where to build at. Where are we going to be strong? Where's our core at? Where's our strength at? You know, we don't got a strong left side, a strong right side. We can't run no 31 dive. The running game is not effective. I have to agree with Jamal. Man, people usually hear the word Miami on the schedule. They're like, man, what game we got them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on the third game, okay. Because they knew when the Miami boys came in the building, or when they had to come down to Miami, man, they knew they was coming to a fight.
Right.
I mean, I don't care if your cousin played on the other side of you. He knew that we was coming for a fight. I mean, Somebody was going to get that block. Somebody was going to bring the wood. Everybody was filling the holes. I mean, we was sticking, man.
Right.
You knew at the end of that game that you played Miami. You played a Florida hidden team. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like anybody. I mean, we like scrubs. We're literally like scrubs. I mean, there's no fear. We ain't playing with no chip on our shoulder. You know, so I would definitely like to see us build on our. If we don't get no offensive line, someone to protect their quarterback, I don't care who back there. Peyton Manning can be back there. You can put Tom Brady back there. Man, they're gonna get tired of getting hit, and they ain't gonna be able to complete nothing either. So we have to build from the offense side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Maybe our defense will go to slacking, okay, but guess what? If I can outscore you, I can beat you. You know what I mean? So, but we got to get strong somewhere before we can get a core. If my core is weak, the rest of the body is going to fall.
Yeah, and the thing with that is, you know, we got 20 prospects in this class. 10 of those guys are 4 stars, and we only got 2 offensive linemen. And like I said, right. Okay, now look at this. The one offensive lineman that we got is a 4-star, and that's Jalen Rivers. He's about 6'6". I think he's 335. And the other guy, I think his name is I like his last name is Washington. But now think about it. Now we got 20 prospects. We only got 2 offensive linemen. We got 10 4-stars and only 1 4-star offensive lineman because Washington is a 3-star. So my thing is, you know, the hell with all of the 4 stars. Like, if you're gonna do the 4 stars, if we're gonna have 10 4-stars, I'd rather have 10 4-stars with either defensive lineman or offensive lineman. That's what, and it goes back to what you say. Let's get back to old Miami football. Let's build up the lines, the offensive line and the defensive line. That's my thing.
Right.
You know, I mean, we got all of these because think about it, Benny. Like Ed Reed was a 2-star. He was a 2-star coming out of high school. So the talent is what I'm saying is the talent is there regardless. You know, the talent is there regardless with all of the skilled players. You know, but if we're gonna target big time recruits, supposedly big time recruits, target linemen. We need linemen, whether it's on the defensive line or whether it's on the offensive line.
Exactly. Hey, you couldn't have said it no better. I'm with you on that. Give me a 2-star, 3-star, someone that got fundamental sound and just wants to go out there and tackle and hit and can do their assignment.
Hey, don't forget, and like you say,
what happens in this life, we build these 4 or 5 stars up coming up through high school. And now when they get to the college level, they're supposed to be catered to. Like, they ain't got to earn nothing.
Exactly.
Man, it didn't matter. They got to earn that thing at that next level, man. They need to take them stars away from these players, man. They really do, man.
They do.
Really do. It puts something in these players. It's putting something in these young players' heads where they think they're above really trying out. Because if you come in my program and I'm a sophomore, I'm a junior, and you supposed to be this 4-star coming in, man, you want to earn every minute of it. And when we out there competing, you gonna know you out here competing. You got to fight for your position. And when you do that in practice, it shows on the field, and everybody's hungry, and everybody wants to come to play. But when you just hype these people up, they're like, man, y'all need me, you know. And these recruits gonna think, oh man, look at this guy, look what they had last year. Yeah, I can go to Miami this year on a 4-ride because they need me. We used to ain't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to. People was begging, like, man, please let me get a letter of intent for Miami. Please, please.
Yep.
And then I was like, whatever. Miami sent me a letter today. That was something you used to run down the street and talk about, man. Miami looking at you.
Yep.
But now you can't even say that.
Yeah. And that's true, man. And, you know, a lot of these guys, these 4- and 5-star kids, man, they're playing on these stacked teams in high school. And, you know, they're blowing out everybody because all of the talent is on the same team. And then when they get to college and get to the next level, when they start competing against guys who is just as skilled as they are, if not better, then, like I said last week, well, on Monday, the real them comes out, you know? So, like you said, man, like, you know, look beyond what's beside a guy's name with that star, man, and actually pay attention to skill. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the player. And you know, that's my whole thing, man. I think, you know, a lot of these guys try to get these top recruits because, like we say, they got those stars beside their name. But you know, man, Benny, I hope, like I say, I'm a fan, but I hope that we don't have to watch another year of 6-6 next year. But like you said, we knew they wasn't gonna get rid of the coaching staff after 1 year. But like I say, Dan Enos, I don't know what's going on with him. It's just amazing, like I said, that, you know, all spring he was wanting to run up in front of the camera and give his take. And after every game, he wanted to critique. He wanted to critique every quarterback and say how bad they played or how we were still far behind. And now we want to ask you, Mr. Come from Alabama with all of the talent. Like, what happened to this high octane offense that we were supposed to see that we never saw this year? So he wants to block. He's blocking reporters off of Twitter. He don't want to talk to anybody. So it's just amazing. It's amazing, man. So, you know, Dan Enos, man, we got an APB out for you. Where you at? We want to talk to you.
Yeah,
so.
You in Miami, but you ain't in Miami, brother.
Exactly. Hey, Benny Barrett, man. Hey, I appreciate the phone call, like always, brother. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, my brother. I'll talk to you soon. Man.
All right, later.
Later.
Hey, I'm a Benny Barrett, man. I always got a good take, man. But for real, man, like, we want to know what's going on with Dan Enos. What's going on with Dan Enos? Where you at? Where you at? Ain't nobody heard from you, man. We want to talk to you. We want to know what to expect. What can we expect next year? What can we expect next year if you decide to want to come back to the team or if you're not let go? What can we expect next year? I mean, Manny Diaz, what promises are y'all going to make us next year? What are we going to be looking at next year? That's what we want to know. You know, we can't look at another year of this. We can't. You're saying that this class right here is supposed to be special. What's coming in? We want to see it. We want to see it. Enough talking. We don't want to hear no more talking. We want to see productivity. Eddie Lloyd, what's up? I see you. What's going on, Eddie Lloyd? What's good? We want to see productivity. We tired of hearing all of the hoopla about, you know, we're gonna, these are Miami guys. They really want to be here. Are you gonna be able to coach these Miami guys up? And are you gonna be able to get the talent up so that we can get the productivity out of these guys, and we can try to get back, man, to what we need to get back to. I mean, again, the Independence Bowl. This is where we're going to keep on talking Canes, Eddie Lloyd. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stay on these coaches, and we're going to demand belt out of them and these players, Eddie Lloyd. That's right. So, you know, the Independence Bowl, a slap in the face, like Jamal Davis said. A slap in the face. You know, I mean, we there. We got to go and play in it. So if we got to go and play in it, put the young guys in, and let's see. We got a call. We got a caller coming in. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from. It's you talk.
Hey, man, Eddie Lloyd from the MIA. The MIA, what's up, Devin?
Eddie Lloyd from the MIA. Eddie Lloyd from the MIA. Talk to me and make my show better. Go for it, Eddie Lloyd.
Hey, man, I ain't doing no calling in, man. Giving you my blessings, man. Giving you my blessing. I'm glad what you do, man. You keep on doing what you do. And those Canes, man, I don't have too many words for them, man, dealing with the Independent Bowl. And it have to be some change down here in Miami, man. And hopefully that happen, man. And I just, you know, I'm just really just stuttering with words, man, because I just hate to see bad football. And, you know, I'm a Cane fan. I'm going to be a Cane fan, but I want to see good football.
And it's laughable, though. I totally agree with you, man. We all a Cane fan, man, and we want to see better, man. It's like everybody is lost for words, man. Who wants to go to the Independence Bowl and play in the Independence Bowl at 6-6 when the opposing team record is better than ours? They 9-3.
Yeah, man. I tell you, it's kind of like a joke, man. It's kind of like a joke. But I guess we were dealt that hand, man. But yet, being Canes fan, we got to just suck up our pride and just cheer the boys on and hope that they do good and show a good output in the Independent Bowl the day after. Ho ho ho, you know, and hope it don't come out, you know, and hope it don't turn out to be a ho ho ho.
Exactly. Let me ask you a question. What you think about Dan Enos missing in action? Dan Enos don't want to talk to nobody. Our offensive coordinator, he blocking people off of Twitter. He don't want to talk to reporters now. When in the springtime, that's all we saw. He was the first man up in front of the camera. After the games, he was so quick to point out the quarterback's bad play and say they wasn't playing up to the potential. Now he don't want to answer none of our questions. What you think about that?
Well, let me just tell you one thing, man. I ain't got too many words for Dan. You know, let me tell you this like this. When you put paper in your hand and you ball it up, the only thing that you can do with paper is throw it in the trash. And that's where he at. He in the trash, my brother. That's where he at. He in the trash. He garbage. He need to stay unknown. He need to unfollow everybody. He need to get up out of here. That's where he at. You get a piece of paper in your hand and you ball it up, and that's what he is, baby. He trash.
I totally agree. I mean, I can't believe that, man. Like, it's just amazing now that he don't want to be bothered all of a sudden now. He don't want to answer the hard questions now. What happened to the high-octane offense that he was supposed to be bringing down to Miami? What happened to him having a counter for everything that the opposition was going to throw at us? We got questions that he won't even answer now.
You know what? You're right, man, because one thing about it, and see, people are going to see how good the Canes are personnel-wise dealing with these football players. When the draft comes, the NFL draft, them boys going to get drafted.
There you go.
They're going to go here, and they're going to have good careers in the NFL. But right now, at that mess at they're not putting them in a proper position to do anything. But, you know, I just don't know, man. You know, it's just I'm just lost for words right about now. It's hard to call in and talk, but yet I have to do it because I have to get it off my chest.
I totally agree, man. Likewise, man. I mean, we all got a Venice Kane fans, man. This is not what we expected to be. And just like I said earlier, I don't know if you heard me, man, like the offense looked like it took a step back. You know, I mean, hell, I'd have rather had Mark Richt here than Dan Enos, man. I mean, Mark Richt was, to me, his offense was a little bit better than what we actually witnessed this year.
Well, man. Let me tell you something. You did have Mark Richt here because he ran the same mess. That's what it was. He don't have a brain of his own. I mean, that same mess that Mark Richt ran, that's what he ran. You know, if they don't, that's why I say when you start hearing this sound, beep, 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 it's a dump truck. All that mess needs to go. It needs to go. It needs to slam the door because I'm tired of that there. I'm tired of bad football. It needs to go. So that's what the two things you need to hear before I get off this line. You need to put a piece of paper in your hand and ball it up, put that mess in the trash can, and then you need to hear the sound saying beep, 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 get a dump truck and get that mess out of South Florida. That's what you need to do, my brother. And that's why you name Utah, baby. Utah.
And Lord, I always appreciate the take, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in. Continue to support the show, man. You always got a good take when you call in.
Hey, brother, no problem, man. You keep up the good work. And like you always say, brother, it ain't no me without you, baby. Be good.
There it is. Eddie Lloyd, y'all. That was Eddie Lloyd. That was Eddie Lloyd with a good take, man. Good take. He's absolutely right, man. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard to watch, man. You know, it's like I'm speechless at times, man. Like, I just can't believe how bad we were this year. I can't believe how bad we were. I mean, we were terrible, man. Like, there's no way that we should have finished 6-6. I'm sorry. There's no way. And, you know, like he said, man, you know, we got to cheer the guys on in the Independence Bowl, Shreveport, Louisiana. That's where we going to be at, y'all, in the Independence Bowl. So we got to cheer the guys on. I'm going to continue to cheer the guys on. And like he said, we Kane fans. You know, I mean, just because we being hard don't mean we don't love our team, but we just demanding better, like we said, out of the team. You know, to have to watch these coaches another year and you really don't see, like I told Benny Barrett, man, I think that was their ceiling, what we saw this year. I don't see it going up no further than where we are. So, you know, it's kind of hard. We got a caller. It's you talk. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, man, this is Danielle calling from somewhere. I can't disclose my location at this time because I'm looking for Dan Enos. I can't find him.
Danielle, make my show better, man. Talk to me. Go for it.
Hey, man, I'm just cracking up over here looking for Dan Enos.
We all looking for it.
Man, we got to find him, man. We got to find him.
Where he at? You know where he at?
I have no clue. I'm trying to find him. Right now, we're in Savannah looking for him. I'll let you know how it goes.
Please do. Just put a microphone in his face for me. Please.
I will. I'll try to. I'll try to.
Cuz, what do you think about, talk to me, man. What do you think about him going MIA, man? What do you think about him going MIA all of a sudden? He's blocking people on Twitter. He don't want to answer any questions. Versus in the spring, he was always in front of the microphone. After the games, he was always the first one at the podium. Talk to me, cuz. What do you think about this?
Hey, man, that pressure. That Miami pressure. It's a different story from being in Alabama.
Preach.
Hey, it's a different story, man. This thing is for real when you come to Miami. You know, you want to be a part of this program? Man, come on. You know, there's pressure.
Exactly.
Pressure, he got to him.
Exactly.
It's getting to him.
It's getting to him.
It's getting to him, cuz. Oh, yeah. It was going to get to Manny soon.
It is.
Hey, can you hear me, Devin?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I hear you again.
Okay.
I hear you now. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. It is. I'm just finding it funny.
It is.
But I have a coordinator. I think that we need to look at if Dan Enos decide that he can't take the pressure. Ken Dorsey.
You know what? I forgot all about Ken Dorsey. Is he still in Carolina? He's in is he in Buffalo now? Where is he? Is he in Buffalo or he's in Carolina? I don't think he's in Carolina
one
anymore.
Of those two.
I think he's in Buffalo.
I think it's one of those two. Oh, okay.
I forgot all about Ken Dorsey.
Bring Kenny Dorsey back.
You know, I made the statement earlier. I said David Yost from Texas Tech. That's who I said earlier, man. But Ken Dorsey, you know, I wouldn't be opposed with Ken Dorsey, cause like I said, man, I mean, he's a former player, and I mean, he knows the standard, man. So I wouldn't be opposed with Ken Dorsey.
Yep. Hey, something new. He's young, and when he took over in Carolina, how he had Cam playing. Hey, I take a look at him. I take a serious look at him. Let Dan Enos go.
I totally agree, man. I mean, I don't think anybody is begging for Dan Enos to come back, man. I mean, Ken Dorsey. Me neither. I'm in the same area code with you on that, man. Me neither, man. And I forgot about Ken Dorsey though. I forgot that Ken Dorsey was actually. He was an offensive coordinator, man. I thought he was a quarterback's coach, but I think they moved him to OC out in Buffalo. I think he is an offensive coordinator now.
You see how Buffalo is doing. You see how he has that young man playing. Exactly.
I'll
take a look at him, and I guarantee you he'll want to come back.
A lot of the players do. You know, a lot of the players do, man. I just, you know, like they were saying about, you know, man, we know why Manny got the job, man. We know Blake James and Manny Diaz's father, who used to be the mayor of Miami, man. They real good friends, man. So, you know, we know why Manny got the job. So, I mean, I just think that they need to start, like me. I think Jamal Davis, I don't know if you heard his call earlier. He was saying, you know, like we need to start bringing some of those old players back, because we need to be able to, you know, get players around that's familiar with the program. Not only the older players, but maybe guys like in the area at the local high schools that know these kids, that can influence, you know, and wanna bring them on with recruiting, man. Bring them to the school, because a lot of the guys that they got on the coaching staff, I think the only one that is familiar with the program is Mike Rump, the cornerbacks coach.
Correct. Yes, that's the only one.
So
I agree with that.
What did you think about Jonathan Garvin and Jeff Thomas declaring to go pro early? What do you think about that?
Hey, we know the nature of the business.
Yeah.
You know, hey, especially if they know that they're not going to compete for a championship, hey, might as well go ahead and go.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that they're ready. But like I said earlier in the show, I mean, I can't blame them. Danielle. You know, I mean, you know, to come back and risk getting hurt, and you know, you're not playing for anything. You know, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And right now, just looking at this team, we are 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we are. Until something change, we are 6-6.
Let me actually go ahead. I'm sorry.
Worse than that, if you ask me. Probably worse than that. At best, we're 6-6.
Right.
As we stand today.
Right.
As we stand today, we're 6-6.
Let me ask you this: Do you think that the coaching staff, well, let's say Manny Diaz and his regime under him, do you think that they reached a ceiling? Do you think we have seen them at their best, or do you think that they can go higher?
I think they reached their ceiling. I think it's too much for them.
I agree.
I've learned in my professional career that that seat over is a little bit harder than this chair that you're in.
There you go.
And by saying that, when Manny Diaz was the defensive coordinator, it's the difference between being a coordinator and head coach.
Yes.
It's
Preach.
the difference of being a quarterback coach and an offensive coordinator.
Preach. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a difference being a defensive back coach than being a defensive coordinator.
That's right.
hey, that one chair over sometimes could be harder than the chair that you're in.
That's man. It sure look like it. It sure looks like it, man. And that's my whole thing too. That's what me and Eddie Lord was just talking about. I was telling him the same thing, that I think that we've got all we're gonna get out of this coaching staff. I think that they've topped out, man. They definitely topped out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
it's over. I'm sitting up here with some Gator fans, and they're saying that we're below 500.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, it ain't
I
even.
agree with them.
I can't even. I'm not, man. Listen, I can't argue
with them.
I can't argue with no fans. I can't argue with nothing because we lost to FIU and Duke. So anything that anybody's saying, man, I have no comeback for that, man. We are terrible. So
Man, we're horrible.
we are.
We are horrible, cuz.
We are.
But hey, they say we got the 14th class in recruiting. That's not going to mean anything if we don't have the coaches to coach them.
That's what I've been saying, cuz. That's what I've been saying. And like I told everybody, man, we got 20 prospects so far in this class. We got 10 4-stars, and guess how many offensive linemen we got? Two.
That's a shame, cuz.
It's ridiculous. It's like that's what you should be recruiting nothing but offensive linemen and defensive linemen. That's the only thing that you should be targeting. That's it.
All the time.
We will
all
figure
the time.
those. That's what Miami teams are predicated on, and we'll figure out the rest once we get past that point right there.
Oh man, it's amazing. It's amazing, but let's see how this recruiting class shape out, and let's see what we do in this bowl game. I'm projecting that I'm hoping for the best, but expecting the worst.
Cause it ain't gonna be no cakewalk because Louisiana Tech ain't a bad team, and the crazy part about it, like I was telling Eddie Lord, we 6-6, and we're going into a game that where we're playing a Louisiana Tech team that's 9-3. They record better than ours, and we playing down in Louisiana Tech. So, like you say, man. I mean, wouldn't nothing surprise me? Nothing would surprise me. So,
not at this time. Not at this time. So I tell you, hey, man, I'm just sitting up here laughing like, where's Dan Enos?
I couldn't believe that, man. That's all I've been reading, man, is that he's blocking people on Twitter. He don't want to take interviews. It's amazing, man. And this man wouldn't stay. He wouldn't stay from in front of the camera in the springtime. and after every game, he was the first one to the podium to want to point out everybody's mistakes and flaws. But all of a sudden now, like you said, it ain't the same when you got all of that talent over there in Alabama when 3 people can get hurt and you don't miss a step.
Correct. You still go.
When you actually got a coach now, it's a little bit different now.
Correct. Man, it's amazing. We're just going to sit back and see how this thing folds out. It's bad because I've never seen Miami's program like this.
It is, man. And like you say, man, we true Cane fans, man. We want the program to do good, man, but we're going to keep on demanding better, man. We going to stay on them, man. We're going to stay on them. We're not going to let them off the hook.
And especially with your program, I know that you're going to continue to go at them, so I'm behind you, cuz.
Oh, most definitely, man, and I appreciate it, cuz. I appreciate it, man. So, cuz I always appreciate the phone call. I always appreciate the love, man. Tell Pam, tell everybody I said hello, man, and you guys enjoy y'all vacation.
Hey, brother, we will. I appreciate it, and tell everybody on your end we say how long we love you guys.
Most definitely, man. I love you, man.
All right, then.
All right, later. Danielle Carroll, my cousin, out of Coy, Florida. Cousin, I'm on vacation, man. So, I mean, great point, man. Great point, man. I think all Hurricane fans are speechless. I just think that, we're diehard fans, so we're going to continue to support the team. That's all we can do. That's all. And like he said, on You Talk, there's no cutting corners. I ain't letting nobody off the hook. So if you're watching my show, the players, the higher ups, the coaches, we're gonna always call you out, and we're gonna demand better. This is unacceptable. So you guys better get it together, because like I say, as we grow, the anger's gonna grow, and we're gonna continue to stay on you, and we want better. We deserve better. We want to get back to the old Miami, and we're gonna continue to root for you guys. We're gonna continue to support, but it got to be some changes. It got to be. This is unacceptable. So, like I said, man, wanted to do another live show. We're getting ready to go into the holidays. I'm wishing everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I think we'll do maybe one more show before the holidays and before the new year, and then we're gonna come back after the new year, man, and pick right back up. So again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all the commentary, man. Shout out to all of my U-Talk family. And like I said, y'all know how we start every show and how we finish every show. It ain't no me without you, baby. And I'm out.